Stop way out. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome back to the HCM YouTube channel. So today, myself and Rory, he's away, lad. Here he is. So we're up at the unit, and well, unit in Zimbabwe, and today we're specialising, or at least focusing on, the DC2 Supercharged that we mentioned in the previous video, the inlet for it. So this is an RBC inlet, and we're boring it out to 70mm.
Take you what? Throttle body.
Take you what? Throttle body. Oh yeah. So what, 70mm or 72? 70. 70mm. So currently on these, they're a bit smaller. So getting the carbide bits on the good old Ryobi, boring it out, get it nice and wide, and get some maximum flows on the inlet, aren't we?
Yeah, it's more for looks, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Standard throttle body looks shit.
And then, oh, here we go. This is the throttle body. So this is the Tegawa throttle body. So it's a fully CNC throttle body with a black coating on it. And yeah.
It gets rid of the throttle adapter plate as well. So
yeah. So full direct bolt up. So that'll be on here. Not this way up, it'll be all the way up, but you get the gist. So that's going on. Got some fresh bolts in there as well. And then I'm not going to be standing about this time. So on this side of the unit, gracias. So we're stripping apart the absolutely knackered JB3 gearbox out of the Dakar. So this, we've already taken the end bit off. You can see that we've got quite a few brass shavings in there and quite a lot on the top bit here. And like we showed in the previous video, there's quite a bit of a crack all the way around. So the plan is today is just to really just learn how to take the gearbox apart. Got no idea what I'm doing, so it'll be a bit of a learning curve. Rory's taking a few apart, like from K20s and Wave 1.
Should all be the same stuff, really.
Yeah, it's all same, hopefully. So yeah, without further ado, just gonna get on it. Still haven't learned how to say that word properly, but yeah, yeah, we're gonna go on it, get it done, and do a little step by step of what's going on and see what stuff can break. So yeah, stick with us. Right, sports fans, we've got the casing off, so it took a bit of doing. So we had to take the outer gears off, undo the two nuts, lever it all off. So we've got these on here, so it's 5th gear selector and a few of the D10 springs and ball bearings, which we've lost the ball bearing and we've got the spring back. Gotta find that ball bearing in a bit. So yeah, the casing's now off. We found that the selector was causing a bit of an issue when we're taking the box off or taking the casing off, but managed it in the end. And then we found some lovely little pieces on the inside of the box.
Carnage.
So absolute, as Rory said, carnage, piece of brass. So that just popped out when we were trying to take the casing off. So we knew that something catastrophic was just sitting there waiting for us to find. Got another piece in here, look, another piece of brass, lovely. And then, so here's your gear set. And so your first, second, and third. Is that first, second, third?
Second, this is 3rd and 4th.
Oh yeah. So 3rd and 4th. You're not really meant to be able to do that with it. So that's meant to stay there on that and go up and down. But instead, it's actually shut that piece off. So we keep finding like loads of bits of gold, loads of brass. Obviously that piece there, and there's quite a lot on the inside here. All the way around here, you can see the colour of the oil. Yeah, so it's a voyage of discovery at the minute. So we're going to get these gears out, get all this lot off, and have a look at the diff and see what's going on. So we're having a bit of fun. It's good, isn't it? Mm. We're just saying that the gear width on these is quite a lot smaller than the K20, isn't it?
Width and diameter, they're just tiny, aren't they? Look
Yeah.
like little playset gears.
That's it. Lego gears. Probably Lego gears would be stronger, wouldn't they?
Much power, yeah.
Yeah, so these are renowned to be like tough for these gearboxes. when as soon as you start putting some power through it, and that's just a standard engine in that, so that's just 170 horsepower. So God knows how it, you know, it mustn't last very long in like 240 horse, 280 horse engines. Let's crack on. So we've now got all the shafts out. So the input shaft's out, the main shaft, and we've had to take a few of the gears off, because when you come to take the whole rig off, I'm not going to lift much of it up, but when you come to take most of the stuff off, like this doesn't come off without this, and also this. So these three had to come off to get this gear out. And again, looking at the broken third, fourth arm, and looking at that, you can see why the casing is split. Because it seems that the piece that snapped off decided it was going to go around the diff quite a few times, or around the final drive area, and it's got loads of scour marks. So yeah, that looks like what it's, you know, how it's managed to detonate the box. So next thing, we've been trying to hammer this out, well, try and knock this out from this end. Only discovering that online it tells you that there's a oil seal here to get the circlip off. So we're going to do that, get the diff off, and then see what the damage is on here. So essentially we need to get the worm gear driver, so first speedo cable, so I can actually run a speedo on that car again. So far it doesn't have, well, on the 172s and 182s, it doesn't have the worm gear in there, because it runs the speedo off of a ABS setup. So hopefully we can drill a hole out in the other casing and use this setup. So I'm gonna get this diff off and see what condition it's in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully it'll be okay. So internet wins again. So we tap that out, just tap the end down, and it pushed it up like that. You can pick it out. So no wonder when we was tapping this end that the diff weren't coming out, because there's quite a significant circlip there. So we'll get that off, and then we'll have the diff out. So tapping the diff with a hammer didn't work. So resorted to the next best thing. Wood, hammer, that still didn't work. So venturing over to the other part of the unit, press. So this does work. So we get this, get pumping this up, and we have some movement. Hopefully it doesn't drop on the floor. And hey presto, we now have the diff out and casing. Job done. So all we need to do is get that worm gear off of this, and when we come to take the gearbox out of the Dakar, is put that worm gear on the other diff. So that's the next plan. So let's crack on and do it. How are we getting on, lad? So you just need to get all this material off now then, do we?
Yeah,
just that.
much.
And then we'll be good to go. Ready for ripping, ready for sticking on the engine, firing it up, give it some Honda RPMs off at limiter. So sports fans, we've got some great success. Plastic bit is out, so this is part of the speedo cable drive. This comes out of here. This is a bit I don't have on my 182 gearbox, and it means we can now get this little worm gear out. So that's part of it, and then these two go onto the diff. So then they run like that, and then give the old-fashioned clocks the speedo speedo readout. So all we need to do then is pretty much done with this gearbox now, and to be honest, I only really wanted those bits and that bit, and see if we could use a final drive, but that might be a bit more of an arse to try and get that off. So the next thing, get the gearbox out of that, which we're not doing today because it's warm.
Why not?
Alright. Mate, we're not getting gearbox out of that today.
Make a start.
I suppose. Alright. We can make a start on getting gearbox out of that. And then do exactly the same thing. Strip it down. Get the diff out to put essentially the worm gear on. And machine, just put that back on, there we go. So machine the hole in the top of this. So the same casting on the 182 gearbox, just doesn't have a hole in here. And literally all it is for this. So all the casting's there, even on the inside. So the casting's already on that, but again, got to get that done. So, well, he's encouraging me. So we're gonna get this stripped down. Well, at least get some bits and bobs off it. Start stripping it down. Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. And well, you've got to get that finished as well.
Board.
Yeah.
Board.
But he's saying he's bored, but like, he's got loads to do. But he's bored.
Board of
drilling.
Boring, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's boring it out, mate.
Exactly.
Boring it out 70 mil. Right, get on with it. Yee. So what we're saying now, son? What we got? That's better, isn't it? Spot on that. Many flows in there. Right, so we're just having a bit of a clean up now. Managed to get oil everywhere, but cleaned all that up. Boxed it all back together again, and then I'm gonna start stripping this down, get ready for taking the gearbox out. I'm not gonna be able to take the gearbox out today because we ain't got the engine crane, but we're gonna get at least everything out of the way, get it all sorted. So what we're gonna do is get a time lapse position somewhere around here, and yeah, get cracking. They can stop being boring then. Stop being his boring job. Right, sports fans, we've got to a point now. So the Dakar is pretty much ready to take the engine and gearbox out. The harness is off, the hub nuts are undone. The only thing that's left now is just do the exhaust and literally unbolt them out. So going to do that for another video, a separate video, for when we start looking at the gearbox in that. And Rory's manifold, that's all done. That's in the back of the car. We're ready to go. So that's going to be bolted up soon. Get that done. So that's it. So we're going to call it here for today, sports fans, and thanks again for watching. So make sure you hit that subscribe button here below. Also, hit that little bell symbol, see our faces come up again. So, see you all soon. Take it easy. Way out. So that was Rory's Evo, and there's a full feature of that coming very, very soon. So stay tuned. See you later.